guys? We got booted. We got booted. I don't know if Facebook didn't like our live or what, but all right. Give everybody a second to join. Let's see if I can. Nope. That's not it. Hey guys. Hey guys, we just got booted off the other live. So I'm just going to give Madeline a quick second to find us again. We are talking about nourishing our feminine cycles with food and appreciating them with love and using them to work for us, not against us. And we're in the middle of a juicy conversation, and then something about the connection or Facebook booted us off there. So just getting resituated here. So thanks for your patience. And we'll continue the conversation. We had just gone through the cycles, and then we were starting to talk a little bit about menopause and perimenopause and just about our creativity in general. Madeline, I see you. I'm going to go ahead and one more time, add.
Hello.
Hey!
All right.
So sorry about that. I don't know what happened, but here we are.
Yeah, no worries. I was talking about menopause and how, I would recommend instead of doing the raspberry tea, you can do an oat straw tea. And then as well for menopause nutrition, it's a slightly different approach. So my nutrition with menopause, you can still do this method and it works well. But, for menopause, I do recommend doing a lot of nutrition that's similar to the ovulatory phase because making sure you're eating to detox that estrogen, that's really important for women in menopause because you don't produce a lot of your natural estrogen anymore. So you need to make sure that one of the problems with that is because it can actually make you vulnerable for absorbing more bad forms of estrogen into your body from like certain types of chemicals and pesticides, and even the estrogen that your body produces is not good for you. So you might have heard of there's certain breast cancers that are estrogen dominant, or a lot of women have fibroids as well as if they're in perimenopause. It's really common. So what you would want to do is have eat lots of raw leafy greens like cruciferous vegetables, sauerkraut, raw carrots. Lots of these estrogen detoxing foods are good, or vitamin E, beets, a lot of things that support your liver in metabolizing. And when I do that with women in menopause, that really helps out a lot in reducing their hot flashes.
Awesome. Those are so many good tips for all of our ladies in the crone cycle out there. The other question, the last question, was about meat, and if you suggest certain meats during certain phases or no meat at certain phase, or like people were having questions around fish, chicken, turkey, red meat. And so I thought I'd bring that to you.
Yeah, that's a good point for sure. So for menstrual health, the truth is this might be a bit controversial, is that women, I find in my practice, just talking to so many vegetarians or people that have changed, is that women do a lot better by having some meat, like in their diet, because of there's specific nutrients that are just more absorbable in meat, like zinc, which is really important for ovulation, and it's not as absorbable. You might find foods that are high in zinc in the vegetarian diet, but it's not, your body doesn't absorb it as much. So,
Yeah.
and even like things like fish oils, women absorb fish oils way more than you would from the plant-based products. So I do find that women do need some. I think the plant-based diet, but still I'm very veggie focused. So you want to think about
Yeah.
more like meat with lots and lots of veggies, because the veggies are so good for you. So that's one thing that I recommend. And then as well, for meat during the menstrual cycle, like during your period, that's when you can have a lot of like more of the red meat to get the iron to build. So having more like stews with like lamb, like that would be really good. And then as you get into the ovulatory phase, you can have more like fish because it has more of the antioxidants in it. And then if in the luteal phase, I find, yeah, I like to do more things like meats that have high vitamin B6 because that helps build progesterone. So that's wild salmon, wild cod, turkey. So a bit less of the red meats during that time too.
Okay, awesome. That's so good to know. And yeah, that zinc is a big one, isn't it?
Yeah, and actually, if you don't want to eat red meat, you can get it in lots of the crustaceans. So shrimp, mussels have lots of zinc and iron. So if you are eating pescatarian, like a lot of people don't want to cook with mussels, but you can get them for a good price, like washed from your supermarket, like good quality ones, and make them in soups like mussels and clams, and make really delicious things with that.
Oh, fun little hack there. Um,
Hmm.
and I remember you saying that one of the hacks, like if you can't remember what, for beginners maybe who can't remember what cycle they're in when and which thing to eat when, that beets, avocados, and leafy greens were like three things to eat almost any time that will help support your cycles. Did I get
Hmm.
that right?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, for sure. So all of those foods just give you a wide range of important nutrients for supporting women's cycles. And eating lots of seeds rather than nuts. So pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds, sesame seeds, these all have like a nutrient profile that really supports women's hormone balance throughout the stages.
Awesome. So if you remember nothing else, guys, seeds, beets is nourishing the blood, leafy greens and avocados. Um, I I want to hear from you guys who are watching later, what your relationship with your cycle has been like, what questions you may have for Madeline or I around it, and is this a new idea to you, this opening up of working with your cycle, or of just gaining the wisdom of your feminine cycles, kind of opening up to a practice around it, a ritual around it. And where are you in that exploration? I'd love to hear about your exploring with your cycles below. And Madeline
Uh,
actually
I really,
has an
I
amazing.
really recommend I really recommend one thing that you can do if you want to connect to your cycle is just take note of what day you are in your cycle, like just on a daily basis. And day one starts when you start bleeding. So just
Mhm.
I think I might be in day 19 of my cycle. And I always kind of observe just throughout the day. Some women like to journal and write it down and just observe what you're noticing in your body. Like, are you feeling a bit more irritable? Are you feeling more lower energy? Like, how has that changed? And that awareness will be really valuable for you to start doing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Even as much as you're able to kind of like, yeah, write, do some journaling around that. I've noticed a big difference for myself as well, just doing that. Um,
Hmm.
Madeline, can you tell us about if you guys have want more information from Madeline, you can follow her page, Natural Hormone Healing, and you have a course coming up, right?
Yeah, I have my course right now, Eating for Your Cycle. So if you want to dive into this work even deeper and use this method to help address certain hormone issues that you might have, be that really bad cramping, PMS, fertility issues, cysts, PCOS, endometriosis, I designed a course called Eating for Your Cycle, where you get access to recipes for the phases of your cycle, video tutorials, lessons to really start learning about your cycle. So it's a very integrative course that can really help support you. So that is open for registration now, actually, and for a discount price too if you register by Monday. So if you want to learn more about it and you want to sign up, yeah, we can put the link to the course registration page. And if anyone has any questions, just contact me directly. You can send me a private message or just contact me through my Facebook page or website as well.
Awesome, 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 awesome. I can tell that Madeline's course is going to be so valuable. You guys, just this was like kind of the small crash course right now, but if you want to dive deeper
Yeah.
into this, definitely check her out. I mean, there's so many intricacies to our cycles as women. There's so many like different things going on with what we're exposed to, like in our environment and society today and the food system. So just I highly recommend checking Madeline out. I've been doing this a long time and I'm finding so much value even now in connecting with her. So definitely check her out. And if you are interested in rewilding yourself and in connecting to your feminine cycles in a more spiritual way, in a more emotionally aware way, I have a course called Free and Wild Woman starting next week as well. So definitely let me know. It's all about kind of sloughing off societal norms, things that we bringing the unconscious conscious and questioning things we do just because we've always done them that way. So we're going to be talking a lot about this. This is one of the modules talking about our feminine cycles, but a lot of other things around eating and just things we sometimes feel shame for that we just don't have to feel shame for. We can feel excited about our lives. So if
Oh,
either of
sounds
those
amazing.
yeah, if either of those speak to you, definitely connect with Madeline, connect with me. Appreciate you guys watching today and appreciate you in whatever phase you're in, winter, spring, summer, fall. Appreciate you connecting to your feminine cycles because in healing a little bit of yourself, you're also healing the world. So appreciating each and every one of you out there. And Madeline, a special thanks to you for spending so much time with us today.
Thanks for having me. That was fun.
Yeah, you're welcome. We should do it again sometime.
For
All right.
sure, yeah.
Yeah. Have a great one, everyone, and happy Thanksgiving to our
Okay.
stateside
Bye,
friends.
everyone.
Bye-bye.